Good morning. So my show's last week about the recent FDA people losing their minds, children are using Juul, children are smoking cigarettes. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Well, it got a lot of bad responses as far as people saying that I'm defending the evil tobacco industry, but I also got a couple of interesting messages from viewers, and I thought I would share two of them with you. And I hope that without rehashing the arguments we had on the last shows, just think. Think for a minute. 2 years ago, I did a show because a friend of mine came to me and said, my son is missing. My son is a heroin addict. Could you do a show? I know you do these shows, and could you do a show? And that show called Saving Bobby went viral. I can't even remember. It had over 6,000 views on Facebook, several tens of thousands of views on YouTube, and it was shared over 30 times with others. And it brought to light the nightmare that happens when a family goes down that rabbit hole into the nightmare of opioid and heroin addiction with their child. And this is an adult child, but he's still his mama's baby. And Bobby was found, and there was good news. He was clean. He stayed clean for quite a while. And then I got the news that last Sunday, the Sunday before Thanksgiving, Bobby overdosed again. And his life was saved, and he is back in rehab. And his mother shared something on Facebook, which I want to share with you. It's actually a quote from Sandra King. When your heart is breaking for someone who is broken, but your words can't reach them, ask the angels to go where you cannot, to whisper into their heart what their ears cannot hear. We will not give up on you. Don't give up on yourself. That's a mother's prayer for her adult child, hooked on heroin. Do you think this mother would have written the same thing if her adult son smoked a pack of cigarettes a day? No, she wouldn't. She would have her son. She wouldn't have to go to bed every night wondering where her son is, where he's sleeping. Is he even alive? Is he laying on a street corner somewhere? Is he robbing someone, stealing to get heroin? She wouldn't have to worry about that if her son smoked cigarettes or used the Juul, the vaping cigarette. The other message I got, and this is, again, it's very relevant, was from a viewer who is a 2-pack-a-day smoker, does not apologize for it, as he shouldn't. It is legal. He's an adult. And he is so proud of the fact that he has been 18 years sober. Now, according to some who commented on my shows last week, well, you're not sober if you're addicted to cigarettes. Well, no, see, you are. Nicotine addiction, loving cigarettes, enjoying cigarettes. You're not going to get in your car and kill somebody because you had a few too many cigarettes today. You're not going to miss work because you smoked a cigarette today. You're not going to rob somebody. Well, at least you shouldn't have to if they just dropped the damn price. But most people aren't stealing and robbing to get cigarettes. People don't go missing for 3 or 4 weeks because they smoke cigarettes. My viewer said to me, he said, I watch your show and I listen to you and you make me think and you're always so thoughtful. And I really appreciate that. So thank you for sending me that message. It makes me happy to know that somebody out there, at least, and a lot of people actually, understand what this show is about. And without rehashing last week's shows, we've been there, we've done that. I gotta say, first and foremost, prayers, thoughts for Bobby. You know, once somebody gets into that insidious disease of addiction, of illegal drugs, of heroin, and then, of course, the legal ones that started all, the opioids, the prescription medication, the pharmaceutical industries just willy-nilly give to anybody who has a little bit of an ache or a pain. I mean, they weren't around when I was a kid. I had my wisdom teeth out. They gave me Tylenol. That's all I'm saying. First time I was prescribed Vicodin was at the dentist's office as an adult. I took one. I almost thought I was going to the ER. It made me so whoopy and crazy. And I'm like, oh, hell no, never again. I know how to take care of pain. And believe me, I've had some doozies. Double abscess. I didn't have no Vicodin. I didn't have no Oxy. I didn't have no hydrocodone. I didn't have no Percocet when I had a double abscess for 3 days till I could get in to see the dentist. I had Sambuca, legal for me to drink because I'm an adult. And I had my cigarettes. And I had peppermint oil, which, by the way, is awesome. Peppermint oil is a natural way to help with pain. I'm just saying, there was no Oxy in this house. There was no prescription opioids in this house. And I got through it. Here I am. You don't need this pharmaceutical shit. But they tell you you do. Every half hour, every 15 minutes, there's a commercial on TV for a prescription drug. Ask your doctor. This will change your life. Oh, yeah, it'll change your life, all right. Ask Bobby's mother. Ask any parent of a child who died from an opioid overdose. Ask any parent whose child died from a heroin overdose, which started with prescription medication. When they can't get the scripts anymore, they go to heroin because guess what? The prescriptions are the same as heroin. Prescription drugs are legalized prescription heroin. Who knew? Well, you do know. And yet I still hear some people out there going, oh my God, my child's smoking a cigarette. It's the end of the world. No, my friends, it's not the end of the world if your child is smoking a cigarette or huffing and puffing on the Juul. That is not the end of your world. And most likely it's not going to kill your child. Not today. Not today. Heroin use, opioid abuse, that's going to kill your child. Alcohol abuse. How many 18, 19, 20-year-olds die every year from alcohol poisoning? And yet every day on TV, dilly dilly, drink bud, dilly dilly. You get the Scotch commercials, making drinking look cool. And they air at all times of the day. They air during football games when your kids are home watching football with their dads and their moms. They're advertising alcohol to your children, making it look so cool to drink. And I don't hear anybody screaming about that. I don't hear the FDA getting involved. And let's talk about this too, because right now there's something going on, and I want to ask you guys what you think about this. Is marijuana the new cigarette? I mean, seriously, this is a serious question, all right? Because up in Massachusetts, they got some wicked good weed. Okay? That's the title of the show, Wicked Good Weed. They just legalized marijuana for recreational use in Massachusetts. Even the governor went and bought a candy bar. It's a funny candy bar. Now, for all of you out there who criticized me for supposedly protecting the tobacco industry, what do you have to say about this? That next Halloween, you better really check your kids' trick-or-treat bag because they might end up by accident or on purpose getting a funny candy bar in their treat bag. You're going to have to check for that if you live in a state where marijuana is legal now. Now you have to be 21. Okay, well, we know how well that works out. The children find a way. And you can only get so much per day. Well, that's probably going to work out. But again, you can stock up. And the government even admits it's going to be abused. Under 21 kids are going to get hold of it. People are going to get addicted to it. It's going to cause car accidents, and cops are going to now have to test for alcohol and marijuana. It's going to cause some issues. Here's the weird thing. It is still a federal offense to own and possess marijuana. So I don't know how they're working that out in Massachusetts. Maybe someone can give me a heads up, but it's legal to buy it. It's actually legal to smoke it, but if you get caught by a federal police officer having it, you're going to jail anyway. I don't know. All I know is it's still considered a narcotic, and it's still considered federally illegal to possess it. Go figure. I don't know. The point of the show is the money. The money, the money, the money. This topic. Billions of dollars are going to go into the state of Massachusetts coffers, their bank account, because marijuana is now legal, which means it's now taxable. Okay? Now, whatever you think about cigarettes, let's remember this. If you believe the data, cigarettes kill what? They say 400 and some 500,000 American citizens a year, and those are just the people who actually smoke. And then if you believe what I consider junk science, that, more people die from secondhand smoke. And yet, nobody has banned tobacco products. Not yet. They're trying now because the children are getting them. And as soon as the children get them, everyone loses their mind. But as long as adults are killing themselves and a few others along with them, they don't ban it. They don't fuck with cigarettes. And you know why? It's the money, the money, the money, the money. I submit to you this story I did several years ago about fen-phen. Fen-phen was my mother's heroin. It was a wonder drug. My mother was prescribed fen-phen by her doctor. She lost 60 pounds, ate anything she wanted. Fen-phen killed about 60 to 100 people, caused heart attacks. FDA, bam, off the market. It's done. Can't get it anymore. My mother cried and then gained 80 pounds. She was horrified that she couldn't get her fen-phen, which basically was legalized speed. It was like the robin's eggs and the black beauties, only in a prescription form. They took it right off the market. That's for like 65 to a couple hundred deaths. So we got 400,000 deaths supposedly from cigarettes, but they're not going to take them off the market. Why? It's called revenue. Billions and billions of dollars. Do you really think that the people who make your cigarettes are getting $75 a carton? Do you really think up in New York, when you pay $15 for a pack of cigarettes, that Philip Morris gets that money? No. A pack of cigarettes technically should cost $3.50 a pack. That's it. That's what the tobacco industry gets. It's your government, your state and federal government, that get all the excess. Cigarettes are taxed 1,500%. The biggest sin tax ever proposed on a legal product in our history. When it was first proposed, they said, the state and federal government said, it's okay. We're going to give that money back to the smokers. We're going to pay for your health care. We're going to pay for you to quit smoking if you want to. Bullshit. You know where my state taxes go for tobacco? They go to the CHIP program. You know what the CHIP program is? It is a program for adults who choose to have children but don't want to pay to insure them, to take them to the doctor, to the dentist, to the orthodontist. That's where my smoking dollars go. So every parent out there in my town, in my state, who yells at me for smoking a cigarette, they need to be sending me a fucking thank you card. Because without me, your kid wouldn't be going to the doctor or the dentist. Okay? That's the way it is. So they need the taxes they get, the sin taxes they get. And they get them from everywhere. Now they're going to get them from marijuana. So I'd like to ask those of you who were freaking out because your kids are being addicted to cigarettes or coerced into smoking, even though nobody's forcing a cigarette down anybody's throat that I can see. I don't even see commercials for cigarettes. How do you feel now that in some states your kids can get a fake ID or get somebody to buy marijuana for them? Now they're going to start smoking pot. And they're going to get high. And then they're going to get in their car. And then we're all in danger. Whereas the old days, they would maybe steal one of your cigarettes, smoke a couple cigarettes, get in their car, nothing happens. You know why? Because cigarettes don't make you high. Cigarettes don't change the way you perform a duty or a job. Do not confuse this with me saying that cigarettes are safe. But I'll tell you what, they're a hell of a lot safer than marijuana, alcohol, and heroin, and prescription drugs with all their side effects. Hell, right now they're safer than romaine lettuce. I've never had my cigarettes recalled for salmonella. Never had that happen. So think about that, please. I am not telling anybody to smoke, but I will tell you this. I don't have children. If I did have a child, and first of all, again, it's good parenting. My mother smoked. I said, Mom, when can I smoke? When you're 18. Mom, when can I drink? When you're 21. And I obeyed my mother's rules. I obeyed the law. It's against the law for you to smoke. It's against the law for you to drink. So I obeyed those rules. That's where we are right now. It's about parenting. You know, my mom didn't let me watch television that wasn't appropriate for my age level. Today, the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, makes those decisions for us. Even adults can't watch TV because parents can't control their own children's viewing habits on television. That pisses me off. I should be able to watch anything I want with the F word, with the S word, with cock and dick and penis on TV that I pay for. And if people next door who have kids don't want their kids to see it, don't let them watch it. Who's the boss in your house? You don't want your kids to smoke, you tell them they're not allowed to smoke. You don't want them to drink, you're not allowed to drink. And then you make sure they obey your rules. And that there are consequences when they don't. That's what parenting is, folks, in case you didn't know. And you need to be vigilant. You need to be more vigilant about a party your kid goes to where there might be a beer keg or a case of beer. And think, oh my God, is there going to be Oxy there? Is there going to be Percocet there? Is someone going to raid their parents' medicine cabinet? Is there going to be heroin there? And now you're going to have to think, is the chocolate bar really a chocolate bar or is it a funny chocolate bar? I'm telling you, follow the money and really pick and choose your battles. Thoughts again and prayers for Bobby's family. Bobby, if you ever see any of these shows, we are all people you've never met thinking of you, wishing you the best, wishing you the strength to kick this monster that has taken over your life and your family's life, and your family loves you. They want you back. And to my friend, 18 years sober, congratulations. Smoking 2 packs of cigarettes, that's all good. The fact that you're not abusing drugs or alcohol anymore, even better. Thank you to my viewers who send me messages of support all the time. You don't have to watch this show. You don't have to like this show. And you don't have to agree with me when you do watch this show. But what I really would like everyone to do is at least think. Think before you post. Think before you comment. Think before you call someone else an addict, a nicotine addict, or a bad name. Think before you write someone off just because they don't agree exactly with what you're saying. I have to do that every day. It's a lot easier when we disagree with respect. So, I am going to be working on some really interesting shows for next week. Got a lot of research to do, but I think I'll be able to put the first one up on Tuesday. And I hope you will all tune in. This could be a really interesting show. It's got everything. It's got a little bit of a mystery in it. It's got a mother's heartbreak once again, unfortunately. And this mother, sadly, she lost her son. And it also deals with prescription drugs. It deals with the government. It deals with your right as a parent, as both knowing what drugs your child is on, even if they're an adult. And it also deals with your right as next of kin to get medical records, which is very important in this case, as you will see as it continues. So for now, I wish you all a very good weekend. I will continue to update you on Bobby's progress as I get it. I know everybody was very interested in his story, and we all wish him the best. Heroin addiction is tough. Opioid addiction is tough. Alcohol addiction is tough. So maybe we should stop sweating some e-cigarettes and some menthol cigarettes. Maybe we should be sweating the big stuff instead of the stuff that has been a rite of passage for children, for teenagers, since I know that I was born. So think about it. Think before you post. Don't criticize those who like my show or don't like my show. Don't call each other names. That's not what this is about. Have a good weekend, everybody. Love, shows, and growth. And we're sending lots of love to Bobby and his family this weekend. Political Paula, out.